Wait, video games, son. 2015 is over, so it's time to make a video about the hot releases of 2016, with opinions and speculation that will ultimately be proven wrong by the crushing reality that nothing one looks forward to is ever as good as what we imagine. Then everybody can look back on this video and go, okay buddy, nice try. Good job getting everything wrong. Nioh. Shit man, this game came out of nowhere and yet looks dang sick already. I mean, I say nowhere, apparently it was announced in 2004, so maybe I'll be giving it a bit too much credit. We're all making this comparison. This is what we all assume Onimusha would look like now if it hadn't been one of the many franchises to get hit by the old Capcom axe. And that's in a very good way, because what I'm seeing looks on point. Team Ninja are very good at making games, and I mean that in a very clinical, everything they put out is of the utmost technical polish kind of way. But ever since Itagaki left, and funnily enough crashed and burned himself without them, I feel they've kind of struggled to find a passionate direction to drive their projects in, judging by some of their latest rather sterile offerings. But Nioh looks like one of their better games in a while. The more deliberate pace of the combat, the sexy 1080p 60 FPS goodness, I'm down. Zero Time Dilemma. The Zero Escape series is like the best franchise nobody has played. I know it's a visual novel puzzle series without a large waifu contingent, and I guess that puts some of you off, I don't know. But I still don't quite understand why the games haven't taken off in a bigger way, considering they have one of the best stories and likable cast of characters I've seen in a franchise. They're the kind of games where telling you what makes them so brilliant would kind of give away the genius. The plot takes so many twists and the pieces of the story all fit together so cathartically. So just play them, guys. Do it for me. The emotions were running so high by the end of the second entry, which of course had to end on a cliffhanger with no third game in sight due to poor sales. But we were saved. Zero Escape 3 is coming, and we know barely anything about it, but I'm still pumped. Especially considering it's gonna be on the Vita. 13 Sentinels something. I know I'm doing a poor job already, but I didn't super want to put games on this list that haven't shown off much gameplay yet. But could a mech game made by Vanillaware be bad? I mean, look at this stuff. Could it turn out to be garbage? I don't think we live in that world. I think it's gonna be okay. You know, with the announcement of Nier Automata, I think every company's excuses in regards to bringing back insert franchise here being too risky, they all just kind of went down the drain. I mean, holy shit, a second Nier is being funded by somebody, but Capcom have to do a double take if it ain't got Street or Evil in the title. This looks great. The Drakengard/Nier series has always had a propensity to mess with the player, which I'm down with, but now that Platinum is doing the combat, maybe the game part will be good as well? 2015 saw the release of two prequels set in the 80s about men with eye patches on a path to destruction. One of them was really boring, and the other was Yakuza 0! Oh yeah, okay, if you don't want to wait another year to play it, the only way is to import and not understand a word. But Moon or no Moon, this is one hype as hell game that hits the right marks both with visceral, cathartic combat and an in-depth plot with legendary characters. And they're bringing it west. Hopefully soon, because 5 only just came out and Japan are getting 6 in 2016. Who even knows when we'll be seeing that one? But there's also Yakuza Kiwami out in Japan in January, a really over-the-top remake of the first game for PS3 and PS4. They're also extending some of the cutscenes, which is bound to make the experience rather different. In that sense, I think this game is made more for fans of the series than new players. So if you haven't tried Yakuza, you're probably better off just getting the PS2 version to know what really happened. But anyway, Kiwami brings me onto a section of the video where we discuss everybody's favorite current-gen cash cow, the remake season. And we're not just talking HD ports. Even though I am super down for Resident Evil 0 HD, taking into account I played the hell out of RE1 on Steam when it came out, and considering how badly Dragon's Dogma performed technically on consoles, could we kinda call the upcoming PC version a next-gen port as well? We're also talking full, actual, real-deal remakes like Kiwami. Jesus Christ, Capcom, you guys again? Yeah, Resi 2 is getting the full-on remake treatment, but the question is, what form will it take? I think we all want the gameplay to remain the same with its fixed camera angles and would just like some spruced up visuals RE1 remake style. And I think Capcom knows that too. So despite my love for the wackety schmackety more recent Resis, let's not do the over-the-shoulder business for RE2, or any weird compromising mixtures of styles. Yeah, I see you reaching for the generic Resident Evil Revelations gameplay style. Get away from that shit, Hirabayashi, don't mess this up. The Ratchet & Clank remake is happening, which while I'm sure will be fun, I'm not exactly jumping for joy over. considering all the mad retcons to my precious canon they're making with this Pixar-aspiring baby game. But of course, the big daddy of them all is Final Fantasy VII, which we might be getting sooner than we thought now the game is being split up into chunks, which is a shame. I mean, it makes sense from a business perspective, taking a long-ass game like Final Fantasy VII and replacing all the models with all this mad shit is gonna take like millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars and years and years and years and years and years. Years that probably are hard to fund if there won't be a product till like 2021, especially with similar projects taking so long, so here we are. I mean, it looks pretty good. Cloud looks sexy enough, and while turn-based combat probably would have been a better choice, I'm still down for the battle system if it's as fun as some other games Square has made. I mean, if there's one game I have way less hope for, it's Final Fantasy 15, which I want so bad to have a happy ending after being announced 10 literal years ago. 10 years of no returns Square probably took into account when deciding to make 7 episodic. I've played the demo and I'm digging the banter, but I feel the combats just ain't clicking with me. Apparently the devs are taking fan feedback into account and are gonna let us cancel moves with the dodge and let us switch weapons on the fly instead of forcing these rigid combos down our throat. But this kinda just makes me more worried. Like, you needed feedback from us to tell you we should maybe be able to dodge when we want to. Not to mention all these basic features being added only recently, like airships and Moogles, when the game should be frickin' done already. I mean, they bring this shit back and then Nomura immediately jumps ship, and suddenly we're left with the third birthday guy taking out the fast-paced combat because it made him tired, and I just can't keep waiting so long for everything to let me down. Uncharted 4. Yeah, this is what I need now and again. Something I don't have super high expectations for, but will probably be good. Sometimes I can be a shallow creature where spectacle and graphics combined with some simple fun adventure antics for 10 or so hours can keep me entertained. I'll most likely be buying. I'll also probably be getting the new Deus Ex, which I have every right to assume will be awesome like Human Revolution, right? Right? Human Revolution broke ground by being a Western-developed action RPG where the action was actually tolerable and pretty cathartic. So as long as Mankind Divided can keep that up alongside some of the comfy sci-fi atmosphere of its predecessor, I'll probably enjoy. Uh-oh, look who's back, and this time he's bringing the wubba-dub-dub. I ain't gonna lie, as a self-indulgent 21-year-old, this guy looks right up my alley in terms of protagonists. If Kamiya can make the combat tight and engage me with the world, I don't see why this couldn't be another legendary title from the man who created Dante. I mean, as long as those frame rate issues from from that demo get ironed out, right man? I'm sweating hard. Hey man, the track record's good, I'm still excited. I mean, this guy is basically Nero 2.0. You had me at these headphones. I really don't know why for some reason Team Ico struggled so much to make a game about a griffin and a little boy for so many years, but damn it, Shadow of the Colossus is just so legendary. It's hard not to still get a little excited when Last Guardian rolled back into view. Just finish it, guys. I'll be there. I know you're probably gonna make me cry when it comes out. In this case, considering their track record, especially if the game is good. When even Metal Gear Solid 5 turns out to be an unfinished, boring-ass game, it sure does make one wonder if any games in this video that show promise will end up being good either. But if there's a title I have almost complete confidence in, it's Persona 5. I mean, what can I say? It just looks like the most fun thing ever made. The visuals are spot on, the story sounds like it's gonna be the kind of fight the power shower that I love, and well, when a game director tells me he wants to make a title that will remain in our hearts, instead of a pre-order now, map pack, season pass extravaganza, do the do, be a bro product, I have a lot more confidence in the experience that's to come. Okay, so I guess you guys are getting tired of me ragging on Phantom Pain so much, but damn it, could this game have any more plot holes? You want to tell me Venom Snake, skinny as hell in this hospital, put this many gains on in just under 2 weeks? Must have been working out while eating nothing but burgers the whole trip. And even if he could pull that off, it would basically make sprinting around the desert infinitely like he does impossible. When you take into account he must have completely ignored cardio to even remotely put this much weight on. Guy wouldn't last 2 seconds in the desert either. I mean, with that many gains, he'd be having protein shits for months. Could somebody explain this to me? Is this whole game VR, Kojima? If you couldn't tell, I am very, very ill right now. Huh? What? Video's definitely over now. Was there something you think I'd enjoy that I forgot to mention? I don't know, I think the hints were pretty clear. I covered everything. Don't know what you mean. Maybe another day I'll get around to, whatever you're thinking about.